I love reviewing new Hubsan models. As you may know, it's what I started with, and I've flown them for a few years now. GearBest has sent in the all-new H501S Advanced. The 501S has been around for a while now, but the advanced version is a new model, which ships with Hubsan's hobby-grade transmitter. I'm very familiar with this transmitter. It's the same one that came with my very first Hubsan Spyhawk. However, it's now got a few more features. Before I get into that, let's take a look at the quad. Nothing has changed at all from the early version of the 501S that is already released. This is the black and gold version. We have a 1080p camera up front which transmits its FPV signal back to the ground as well as recording in 30 frames per second. The camera is angled down slightly but not too much. The props are the usual self-tightening Hubsan propellers which move in the opposite direction to most other brands out there. You are given a really handy tool to attach and remove the props. Every motor manufacturer should be making these in my opinion. The amount of times I've cut into my hand tightening props are visible by the scars they have left behind on my hand. The quad has an internal compass and GPS, so it will pretty much fly itself. At the back we have the battery bay, which houses the 7.4 volt 2-cell 2700 milliamp LiPo, which uses the non-standard EC2 connector. So just like the C version reviewed a couple of videos back, you have to either use the charger that it comes with or get yourself some of these connectors and make up a charge lead. You can also lob off these connectors and add XT60s, but I wouldn't recommend that. The battery fits in snug and the battery bay door is tight, so there's no room inside for a bigger battery, but that won't be needed. We will be getting a 20-minute flight time with this one. The provided charger uses the balance port of the battery to charge it. It only charges at 0.8 amps, which is not even half a C, so it's going to take a long time to charge. You are given a spare set of props and a USB cable. I guess this is for updating the firmware if you wish. And lastly, we have the star of the show, the transmitter. It comes with a patch antenna for the video signal and a dipole antenna for the control. Both of these are detachable via an SMA connector, which will give a 1 kilometer range at least. The transmitter takes 8 AA batteries, however, don't do that. The battery plate detaches and you can attach a 3-cell LiPo to it via a JST lead. I'm using the Taranis' 2500 mAh battery to power this one, which will give hours of flying. The transmitter comes with these rubber protectors on the important bits. You are meant to remove them, but they feel so grippy on my hands, so I'm leaving them on. You have a 4-inch FPV screen up front. At first, this seems like a downgrade to the original transmitter, which is bigger. The screen size is a small compromise, though, for how much better this transmitter is. You are given a sunshade and proper hobby gimbals. These give so much more resolution than the toy-grade transmitter provided with the first version. We have a video out socket at the bottom for your goggles. There are 4 switches and 2 potentiometers. The potentiometers do not function and are for the H501S. I've got all of the switches in the down position, which is the off position. The first switch on the left is headless mode. This will be staying in the off position for the entire flight. I am not a fan of headless mode. Next is the GPS position hold. Over to the right side, and the first switch is the return to home function. This has to be in the off position to arm the quad. And lastly is the follow me option. The transmitter has a built-in GPS just like the first model, so I will check that function out in the test flight. Just like most Hubsan models, you can change the mode of the transmitter. Hold the sticks in the following positions while turning on the transmitter. For mode 1, it's both sticks out to the sides and up. Mode 2 is both sticks to the left and up. And mode 3 is both sticks to the right and up. You will be prompted to move the sticks around and then hold down the left trim for a couple of seconds and you are indefinitely in that mode. It seems that mode 4 has been missed out again. Down at the bottom right is the video record button. We have some up and down menu selection buttons and an exit button. The exit button acts as the photo shutter button when not in the menu. I have some tape over my GPS coordinates for privacy. However, if you lose the quad, the coordinates can be used to find it. Next to that is the number of satellites both the transmitter and quad have. We are given a lot of information on the screen. At the top right, we have the battery voltage of the transmitter, and in the middle at the top, we have the status of the SD card. When you press the record button, a timer will start at the top to show you your video recording length so far. Then there's the battery voltage of the quad, and then the heading. Underneath that, we are given the quad's roll and pitch angle, as well as its speed in meters per second. We then have the distance away from the pilot and the altitude in meters. Every time you boot the quad up, you will have to perform a compass calibration to calculate the offsets for the compass. Calibrate Compass 1 requires you to rotate the quad anti-clockwise and horizontally, and Compass 2 requires you to rotate the quad vertically. Once complete and you have over 6 satellites, you will be ready to fly. We are given a menu screen on the transmitter. To access it, you need to bring the throttle to 0 and long press the enter button. Here you can reverse channels, check the stick mode, as well as amending the 5.8 GHz frequency if it has landed on a bad channel. Again, you use those up and down buttons to select the different options and the enter button to press enter. You can also use the FPV screen as a standalone device by holding down the exit button while turning on the transmitter. You are given the RSSI information for the video signal strength as well. Of course, we have the trim buttons for all axes. Let's go and take it for a fly. So first of all, I'm going to turn the transmitter on and then plug the battery in and push it all in. A tight fit. There we go. Wait for the ESCs to boot up and then it should advise me to calibrate the compass. So there we go, compass 1. I'll lift it up and turn it counterclockwise and wait for it to say compass 2. There we go, it says compass 2. So do the same again and wait for compass 2 to disappear. And it has done. I'm going to make sure there's no gunk on the camera there. It looks good. Let's put it down. And let's see. I've got 12 satellites on this one and 12 satellites on the quad. So we're good to take off. I'm going to start video recording. I've got everything off except GPS hold. So it's recording there. I can see at the top. Let's go for a takeoff. And get it out of the grass quickly. Nice smooth takeoff. Let's have a look what the GPS hold is like. It's very windy today, so I gotta allow it for that. Yeah, it's holding its position nice. If I just fly it around a bit, still making that jittery sound that the camera version made. But it's really smooth to fly. Yeah, really nice. Video looks good. Just want to make sure that the patch antenna is pointed at it. Let's get a bit of height on and see what the video reception is like. Okay, let's go forward for some FPV. Wow, that's really nice. Of course, there's no camera stabilization on this model, but that's fine. A bit more height at 13 meters there. Video is rock solid, and it should be. Wow, not even a slight bit of breakup at all. Just let go a minute. Just let the dynamic range of the camera catch up. Do a bit of a pirouette, see if it keeps its position. It is doing. Take it slightly higher. Now it is becoming dusk here, and the camera is struggling slightly. but that's fine because I can rely on the GPS hold to keep it in the right position, hopefully. Not the best flying conditions for this one. Okay, let's try that return to home and see what happens. It doesn't seem to be changing orientation, so I've just hovered on the spot for a bit. Can I control it at all? No, can't control it at all. But I can hear it, so it's coming back fast. Wow, very fast. It's hovering above us. And now it's coming down by the looks of it. Video is crystal clear again, apart from it being sunset. So there's a lot of black in the picture. It's a little bit wobbly on the way down. But it's working. It's going to land right on top of us. That seems to be no problem at all there. But no control until I turn that home off. And there we go, I've got control of it again. The control does seem a little bit sort of docile and a little bit floppy. So if I sort of put forward on there and it sort of levels out, I guess that's the GPS though. Let's get a nice close shot in of it. It's a really nice looking thing, this. Pink LEDs at the front and green at the back. Really nice looking thing. Okay, let's see how that follow me function works. So follow me is that switch there. I'm guessing, let's just take it up a bit. Guessing that it has to be pointed at you. I'm guessing it's not going to change for orientation. So let's get me in the shot there. And then let's flick that switch up and see what it does. So let's walk towards it. And see, yep, it's flying backwards. That is really nice. What happens if I walk back this way? What I like about this is it seems to work no matter the height as well. So you can do a follow me really low down, which is good because that camera is pointing pretty much straight forward, just a little bit down. But no matter where I go, it will follow me. It does not change the heading though. So you have to make sure that it's pointed towards you, because I guess if I just turn that off a second and turn it that way, what happens if I do follow me now? Oh no, it is turning. It turned around. So it does correct for the heading. That is pretty cool. You cannot fool this one. That is pretty impressive. I like that. Okay, let's turn that off a bit, and also let's try turning off GPS and see what it's like. So it should drift now. The lights on the back have gone sort of an orange color, and now it doesn't hold its position. Can fly it around. Wow, pretty sporty as well. Get a nice figure of 8 in. Let's get it closer so you can see the camera. There we go. So you can fly this pretty aggressively if you want. The wind is knocking it about, but it is fun. Oh, where are you going? You have to remember that you have no GPS function, that you can't just let go of the sticks when you get in trouble with it. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of proper flying. You don't do proper flying these days when the thing can fly itself. Okay. Now it is a very windy day here, so I'm conscious of this, but let's go up for some height. Why not? Let's move it forward a bit too, just so that the patch antenna is pointing at it. Okay. I'm really going to be relying on the telemetry here because the image is pretty dark. That is until I get up high enough that the sun catches the ground, and that looks like a pretty nice view now. Okay, where are we? Oh, it looks so high up. Let's move the patch antenna there. Pirouette around. That's 65 meters. Now, this is something that happens with this type of quad. You can see there, I have let go of the sticks, but the horizon is completely tilted. That is because the GPS is correcting for the wind, because it's so windy here today. So what you want to do really is, I guess, to get a nice level picture, is point it into wind or downwind. I guess if you point it into wind, there we go. See, the quad's going to tilt downwards, so you're going to get a nice view of the ground actually when it's windy. And then if I point the opposite way around, it's going to tilt backwards, you're going to see the sky. So that's quite nice actually. Let's have it on that view. Been flying for 8 minutes. What's our battery doing? 7.1 volts, not bad. Let's go up a little bit higher and see what the picture does. 75 meters, 80 meters, 90 meters, 100. I'm going to take it up to 120 if I can. Picture's getting a little bit grainy. That might be because I'm right on top of myself. There we go, 120 meters or 400 feet, I guess. It's wobbling about a lot up there. It is not going to like if I pirouette it around either. Ooh, look at that. See there, when I'm faced into wind, it points to the ground, but the other way points to the sky and I can't see anything. That's fine because it's flying itself. 400 feet there. Heading, what's that? 329. That's really nice. You cannot complain at that. That's about as high as I'd want to go. Let's push forward a little bit, see what happens. Yep, it's working, but I can't see the FPV very clear because of that sunset. Well, I have lost picture there briefly. Okay. Let's bring it down a bit. Oh, completely lost picture there. Let's bring it down a bit. Ah, there we go. It's because I'm not pointed at it with the antenna. I can hear it right above us. Can I see it though? Oh yeah, right above us. Let's try messing around with the antenna. I don't think it matters which way it faces, you know, whether it's that way or that way. Yeah, doesn't seem to make much of a difference. This is a cool quad. I really like it. You don't have to add the range mod to it. It's already got it. I love this transmitter. It's my favorite transmitter that Hubsan do, with the gimbal sticks and all these switches. I really like it. There it is in the background. Video is still recording. Great features on this quad. Let's have a look. Battery voltage has not moved at all. Apparently we should get 20 minutes of flight out of this, which I can believe. I got more than that out of the C version. Let's take it up a little bit. Yeah, you really do have to point that patch antenna at it. Otherwise the picture gets grainy. You kind of have to plan where you're going to fly. Let's If I tilt the antenna that way and fly forward, now we're up there, 20 odd meters. Very windy, apologies if that is coming through on the microphone. Image is absolutely crystal clear there. We're at 170 meters. Not even a break in the picture. I've never been out this far before, but I trust it. Let's turn around and look back and come back. See, it's not tilted forward as much because of the wind, but there is no break up there at all. That is cool. This is a cool quad. Still got control. What are we at here? 6.9 volts, so it's probably getting ready for a landing. I can hear it. Can I see it? Oh, I can see it. Make sure the antenna's pointed at it. We're at 14 minutes there on the recording. Yeah, and it says that the RX battery is completely depleted on the on-screen display. So let's just fly it around for a bit locally. I flew it too far and we're right over the tree there. That was a close call. Right, the wind's blowing it. Bring it down. What are we at? 7 volts there. This thing is just gonna keep flying. I'm gonna stop the video there just so we have something to look at. And it's recorded it, so let's go again. Recording again. See, the voltage there is just staying at around 7 volts. You know, it can probably go lower than that, probably 6.8, something like that. So let's just carry on flying it around. That GPS holder's absolutely solid there. Look at that. Hands off. Gonna walk around it a bit. Don't have any low voltage warning yet. Oh, there was a flash of red there. I think that might mean that it's recording though, rather than it meaning that the battery is low. And a little bit of a beep there. And it's still going. This is really impressive. This has got to be the best quadcopter for its price, for all of its features: GPS, flight time, 1080p camera. The wind's blowing it around a little bit there. Let's see, 12 satellites on both of these, which is respectable. Now have a flashing light on the back. I think that might be LVC. Nothing flashes up on here though. It's still going, it's not landing itself. It says 6.8 volts, so maybe that's like an LVC. Need to see if it's going to land itself. Oh, we've got a solid red light there. Now it's gone to flashing again. Solid red again. A beep on the transmitter and another beep. I'm not sure what those beeps are. Amazing flight time out of this thing. Solid red light now pretty much on the quad. 6.8 volts. Not landed itself though. Not yet. Perhaps red just means, you know, you better land. But it's not landing itself. I think it should do though. The 502 lands itself, so you'd have thought this one would have. Aircraft battery low now, it says, and we've got a beep. But how much longer will it fly for? Still going. The video is still recording too. I really like how it beeps as well, to let you know that the battery's low, as well as a visual message on the screen. But it's still not landed itself. 6.7 volts, that's getting pretty low. Is it landing itself? I think it's trying to, and I'm intervening. That's definitely coming down there at 6.6 volts. It's not returning to home, but it's landing. See if the props stop on their own. I don't think so. I have to disarm it. Stop video recording. So I've turned the transmitter off there, and all of the LEDs on the quadcopter have gone pink to indicate that it's lost the bind with the transmitter. So there you go, that is my review of the Hubsan H501S Advanced. This is definitely the best version I have seen of this quadcopter. This transmitter sells it for me. I absolutely love this transmitter. Thanks so much for GearBest for sending this in for review. I'll put a link in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.